Welcome friends, today I'm going to show you the new Demolisher killer. And you're probably wondering, what does that mean? I mean, we've been able to kill him for a long time. Yes and no. But I'm going to show you the new way of killing them in Alpha 20, which has actually changed. Now, from the previous versions, you probably all know that, we used to have all these dart traps, such as this. You have them fire across and they'll kill demolishers. That just takes a while. And of course you have to make sure that the demolishers don't just walk past them. So we also used the blade traps. Initially, blade traps would kill demolishers, but they would also set off the C4 charge, meaning that we stopped using them. But wait. Well, it's true. And then they decided that, hey, maybe we shouldn't have the blade trap set off the C4 anymore. Of course, you would have to put it up on something like this, right? I mean, if you put it on the ground, it's just going to take off their legs. But if you put it something like this, they made it so that it no longer will set off the C4. So we started using them again because they're really effective against demolishers. The problem with them is that they break down. They take damage. And then eventually they stop spinning. So you would have to have a few of them, plus you would have to have your dart traps, and that can be kind of messy because eventually the blade traps probably break, and then the dart traps are not enough to actually kill it, and then you have bad things happening. You probably have cops that are exploding, you have demolishers. It's just a big mess. So what they did, and I'm really happy that they did that, they actually seem to have made so that turrets no longer seem to be triggering the demolisher. And of course they're all facing the wrong way. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to change that around. Let's pretend we didn't do that. Let's do that instead. Let's do turrets no longer set off demolishers. Woohoo! So this is something that I was seeing lately, and I'm probably not the first one to actually talk about this. I saw people on stream and everything talking about turrets and demolishers, but it seems like they've made a really good change. This was something that from the beginning, for a long time, we were highlighting that it's cool that... Why are these ones not showing up? It's so annoying. Fun Pimps, this has been happening for several versions now. Make it go away! Anyway, we've been talking about the fact that, let's put this one here, that dart traps don't set off the demolishers, which is good, which means that these are good against demolishers. Always been the case from Alpha 16. Now, the blade traps, they started setting them off when they were first launched, or demolishers first launched, and then in Alpha 19, they changed them around to not set them off. But turrets have been setting them off all the time, and you could put them so they're shooting behind or certain angles for the demolishers, but that can be quite painful, and it doesn't always work because sometimes you'll see the demolishers, they'll stagger around, maybe he'll fall down and everything, and then you still have an accidental set off, and then you have a lot of damage in your base because the demolisher does a lot of damage when it gets set off. So they actually eventually, after probably a lot of pressure, seem to have decided that no, they are going to change them up. So we're going to do this. We're going to connect. Now this is the SMG turret. We're going to start with SMG turret. See, he's there, hiding. We're going to do that. We're going to connect that. We're going to connect that. We're going to connect that. We're going to put in a bunch of things here. We're going to lock the ammo. Perfect. We're going to do that. Lock the ammo. We're going to refuel this ghost. Actually, we're going to put in some of this. We're going to refuel. I'm going to turn it on, right? So now, any demolishers that shows up should be shot by the SMG turrets. And, well, if it doesn't work, then don't blame me, but, they should not be set off. Normally in Alpha 19, you would have seen the demolishers eventually get set off, because all you need is a bullet to hit around here, and it would set them off. But look at this. We have not seen a single one being set off. Now, you could imagine that, well, maybe that's simply... Oh, wrong way. No. Maybe that's simply accidental. Let's do that. So that it hasn't had a chance to do it yet. Let's do even more. Right? Let's do even more. Look at all these. And you might be thinking, what about the shotgun? I mean, the shotgun is shooting all these pellets. Aren't they going to set them off? Well, let's try them. Let's put this in here. And let's just Wire them up as well. Starting to shoot. Let's do this. And let's also put in a bunch of ammo here. So now you're having the shotgun turrets are shooting, obviously. You're having the SMG turrets also shooting. We're not having anything triggering the C4. And this is an awesome change. And they're a little bit noisy, but you know, I can adjust that in the audio volume. Look at this. Now, with all that being said, the 9mm SMG turrets are perhaps not necessarily the best one against the Demolisher because they do have armor. I'm going to do this. Unlock ammo. Do that. We can be sitting here for quite a while waiting for the shotgun turrets to actually take out the Demolishers. And because you look at him, let's see if we can see who's actually... Okay, let me take away him. Let me take away him. Let me take away him. And let me spawn in a new one. So they're doing some. Now they're hitting with all their pellets. But that's 4 times 2. That's 8. Now that's 16 shots. And there he got taken out. That's quite a while. Do something like this from further distance. And you'll see that it's going to take longer to actually kill him. And eventually you're going to get out of their range. So let's bring in another Demolisher. Actually, that's longer than I thought. Oh, it is hitting him, but barely because the spread of the shotgun pellets. So, oh, yeah, it can hit him. It can still hit him. At least one of them can hit him. I think this one. And now he's probably out of range. So you can see, you'll get a range of something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is probably 15 range. But they do so little damage at this distance. Whereas, if we do that, you'll see this one will be able to hit him because it can fire up to, I believe, 30 blocks. So, a 9mm turret will be a lot more effective because it can shoot them from further off. And they do a lot of damage as well, even despite that it's armored. So what I would say is that having both now is really useful, but having the SMG turrets take out the Demolisher at a distance can be quite advantageous, or at least soften them up so that you can hit them yourself, hit them in the head with an armor-piercing round or something, because the shotgun turrets, their strength is really when there's a big horde coming in, and there's a lot of zombies, and all the pellets will be hitting something as it shoots out in front of you, because the range is not terribly good, but the damage is really good. You'll see, let me put in one here. If you have a bunch of turrets, it can really take them out, but you notice it's the SMG turret that does most of the damage. Shotgun turrets help, but this is an awesome change. I really love this change. I think that the Fun Pimps did the right thing and allowing turrets to hit Demolishers without risking triggering that stupid C4, because it just made them, I'm not going to say totally useless, but in a lot of base builds in Alpha 19 and Alpha 18 as well, you did not see a lot of turrets, at least not shooting directly at the zombies, because if you hit even one Demolisher and set him off, you're going to have a massive hole. So let's do that, and I'll show you exactly what happened. Let's do that. Let's put in one of him, and let's do that. Remember, this is concrete, right? It did 4,000 damage. So even if your base was concrete, one of them things would almost be broken up, and that's the second one. And now you have all this damage. You can imagine that. Let's do a third one. You have some other stuff that gets off. Now you're seeing, this is what you're seeing in your base after just 3 Demolishers, assuming it was all concrete. Even after 2, you're having massive problems. So you're going to have the Demolishers breaking through, or all the zombies breaking through into your base. So I'm really glad. Oh, these are 10,000. Ooh, these are nice. I like them. I'm going to have to use them more often. So I'm really glad that they actually have such a... Okay, I'm going to have to probably tidy up this a little bit. But hopefully you enjoyed this this change as well in Alpha 20. I actually went to look in the patch notes to see if they actually had talked about this really amazing but big change. And there wasn't a mention of it. Fun Pimps, we changed something so fundamental in the game, such as turret setting of Demolishers. Please, make sure you put that in the patch notes, because I've read through them and I didn't see anything that seemed to indicate that they were no longer setting off the demolishers. And this is important information for a base builder. So go ahead, make your bases, put in a lot of turrets and everything, and drop me a line in the comment section below and let me know, how are you using the turrets from now on? And hopefully you've liked the video and subscribed to my channel, and I'll see you next time.
Special thanks to the great patrons supporting the channel. If you would like to join the Vedui community and support these videos, do follow the Patreon link.